If the universe were a gigantic computer program, then the 5 kinds of celestial objects we're about to talk about would be the most malignant bugs in the system. Some of them make time come to a halt. Some drive matter density toward infinity. Some even flat out ignore the conservation of energy. When scientists first encounter them, their reaction is often not excitement, but fear, because their existence means we must either rewrite the physics textbooks, or admit that reality itself is insane. Are you ready? Let's take a look at these 5 system errors that almost broke physics. The first error code thrown out by the system is called a magnetar. We can think of it as a material rendering error in the universe. Now imagine this. You are floating in space, just 1,000 kilometers away from it. Nothing is touching you, and everything around you is vacuum. But all of a sudden, you feel every blood vessel in your body begin to boil violently. Because the iron atoms carried by the red blood cells in your blood have felt an overwhelming call from 1,000 kilometers away. No physical contact is required. Your entire body would be like a tomato tossed into a blender. Every atom inside you forcibly torn apart, and turned into a cloud of red blood mist drifting through space. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi horror movie. This is basic magnetar behavior. As a mutant within the neutron star family, magnetars are the ultimate expression of cosmic violence. Earth's magnetic field is only about 0.5 Gauss, enough to turn a compass and protect the atmosphere. But a magnetar's magnetic field can reach 10 trillion Gauss. That number may not feel very intuitive. So let's change the scene. If the moon were replaced by a magnetar, it wouldn't even need to do anything. Just hanging there quietly. All the magnetic stripes on Earth's bank cards wouldn't merely be erased. Instead, the chemical bonds of all matter would instantly collapse. Because at the microscopic level, the electron cloud around an atomic nucleus is spherical. But under the monstrous magnetic pressure of a magnetar, atoms are forcibly squeezed into needles, hundreds of millions of times thinner than a human hair. It's like a clipping error in a video game model, a spherical object stretched into long spikes. Once atoms are deformed into needles, chemical reactions can no longer occur. Molecular structures disintegrate instantly, which means that in front of a magnetar, even the concept of matter itself can't survive. Whether carbon-based life or silicon-based life, even water and rock would be annihilated by this bug. What's even more terrifying is that this bug can also lag. A magnetar's crust is the hardest material in the universe. But because the internal magnetic fields are constantly fighting each other, the crust occasionally snaps and fractures, triggering a starquake. Yes, you heard that right, not an earthquake. A starquake. In 2004, a magnetar 50,000 light-years away simply stretched a little and caused a starquake. Even across such an enormous distance, the gamma rays it released still slammed into Earth's atmosphere, disrupting the upper atmosphere's electrical balance, and even causing short-circuit failures in our artificial satellites. Imagine a sneeze from 50,000 light-years away almost giving Earth a cold. If it were within 10 light-years, you scrolling videos on your phone right now might already be staring at a screen full of static, and that would be the last image human civilization ever saw. If magnetars are violent rendering errors, then the second type of object is forgotten orphan code in the cosmic system, rogue planets. In our common sense, planets must orbit stars, just like children must have a home. But in the dark depths of the Milky Way, an astonishing number of ghosts are wandering. They have no sun, no light, no daytime. They race through eternal night at tens of thousands of kilometers per hour. Scientists have spotted these ghosts as close as 80 light-years from Earth. Some have 6 times the mass of Jupiter, yet drift through the void like restless spirits. We once thought these were rare exceptions, random errors generated by the system. But the latest observations are chilling. In the Milky Way alone, the number of rogue planets may reach 400 billion. What does that mean? It means there are twice as many rogue planets as stars. Around every star, there may be 2 invisible ghosts lurking. They may have been mercilessly kicked out of their homes by gravitational slingshot effects in young star systems, or they may have formed directly in darkness during nebular collapse, lacking the mass to ignite nuclear fusion. You might think, without a sun, this must be a frozen hell of death, right? Not necessarily. And this is where the bug becomes truly strange, because without stellar light, relying on residual heat from their cores, or the insulating effect of thick atmospheres, beneath the ice of these rogue planets, there may exist vast liquid oceans. Imagine in the absolute darkness of a deep sea, sustained by the heat of hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor, there might be a blind civilization evolving, one we cannot comprehend at all. They don't know what stars are. They don't know what the sun is. In their worldview, the universe is an endless, eternally dark cavern. Until one day, this rogue planet accidentally drifts into a star system like our solar system. when the first ray of sunlight pierces the ice and illuminates their dark world. To them, it wouldn't be a blessing from heaven, but a judgment of apocalypse. If rogue planets are invisible ghosts, then the third bug is the loudest display rendering overflow in the entire universe, quasars. It's like playing a game and suddenly noticing a single pixel on the screen, whose brightness has been mistakenly set to infinity. So bright it burns out the graphics card. In the 1960s, astronomers discovered some strange points of light. They looked like stars, but their redshift values were absurdly large, indicating they were billions of light years away. Here's the problem. A normal star cannot be seen from billions of light years away, unless its brightness exceeds that of an entire galaxy, a region smaller than the solar system, yet shining with the combined brightness of 1,000 galaxies. This completely defies our intuition about energy conservation. Like a street lamp downstairs from your house, suddenly emitting more light than all the power plants on Earth combined. That's a quasar, the most deceptive monster in the universe. Tear away its blinding veil of light, and you'll see its core, a supermassive black hole eating like a maniac. It's not shining, it's screaming. Gas and dust around it are swallowed frantically. Before falling in, matter rubs against itself and heats up, forming the brightest accretion disk in the universe. Those two relativistic jets blasting out from its poles are like cosmic searchlights, sweeping across millions of light years, because it eats too fast and too greedily. In this young universe only a few billion years old, it squanders energy without restraint. Every quasar we see today is actually a record of binge eating during the universe's infancy. Their existence tells us that today's gentle, orderly universe, 10 billion years ago, was a violent, chaotic hell filled with slaughter. But don't think that chaos belongs only to the past. The fourth bug is dragging all of us toward the end right now. It is called the Great Attractor. We call it the infinite loop at the edge of the map. You think Earth orbits the Sun orbits the Milky Way, and that's the end of it. It's not. If you zoom your perspective out to hundreds of millions of light years, you'll find that millions of galaxies, including the Milky Way, are rushing in the same direction, like rivers flowing into the sea. That place lies in the direction of the Hydra Centaurus region, about 150 to 250 million light-years away. We can't see it, because it's hidden behind the zone of avoidance in the Milky Way's disk, obscured by thick dust. But gravity doesn't lie. Our galaxy is being dragged toward it at 600 kilometers per second. The gravitational mass there is equivalent to 10 quadrillion suns. It's like a massive vulnerability in the universe's code, or a background garbage collector, constantly sucking in data. What's eerie is that even though we're racing toward it, we will never arrive, because the energy-driven expansion of the universe outpaces our motion. The Great Attractor is Sisyphus's stone. It writes an infinite loop into the deepest layer of the program. You're drawn to it, you run toward it, but space stretches endlessly between you, and you can never touch it. This may be the greatest mercy the universe has given us, because if we truly reach that gravitational chaos, what awaits us might be irreversible annihilation. Finally, the fifth object we introduce is the most malicious virus code in this cosmic program, quark stars, and the strange matter they carry. The first four objects are bizarre, but at least they still obey the basic laws of physics. The existence of quark stars is a betrayal of matter at its most fundamental level. When a neutron star is compressed to the extreme, neutrons are crushed and turn into a soup of quarks. Within this soup, a substance called strange quarks may emerge. This material is extraordinarily stable. How stable? It's like an extremely contagious zombie virus. Ordinary matter, made of atoms, is unstable. But strange matter is absolutely stable. According to physics, systems always tend toward more stable states, which means, once strange matter comes into contact with ordinary matter, even if just a tiny piece touched Earth, it wouldn't explode or bounce away. Instead, it would instantly begin assimilation. Any atom that touches it would immediately collapse, and be forced to reorganize into strange matter. This chain reaction would spread at the speed of light. If a quark star collided with Earth, no cataclysmic impact would be necessary. In just an instant, Earth's oceans, mountains, cities, including you holding your phone right now, would be formatted in the blink of an eye, into a mass of gray, scorching strange matter. No ruins, no debris. The entire Earth would become a bizarre, ultra-dense object, only the size of a baseball field. This is the strange matter hypothesis, like a hidden format command buried deep in the code, ready at any moment to reset all complex life to the most monotonous, boring, yet stable state. Fortunately, this strange matter is currently locked inside quark stars, floating in the distant abyss of the cosmos. Looking back at these five objects, magnetars distort atoms, rogue planets abandon light, Quasars disguise violence. The great attractor mocks distance. And strange matter threatens the essence of existence. They look like bugs in the universe. Like erroneous lines of code written while God was nodding off. But from another perspective, perhaps it is precisely these errors that created us. Without gravitational collapse and explosions, there would be no heavy elements. Without the deaths and turbulence of stars, there would be no birth of life. In this vast cosmic program, order often means stagnation, while chaos gives rise to vitality. We humans, fragile carbon-based creatures, able to stand here and point at these monsters in the night sky, and comment on them, are themselves the greatest bug in the universe, and also its most magnificent miracle. So the next time you look up at the stars, don't forget that what you're seeing is not just starlight, but a running system filled with infinite possibilities and dangers. We must revere these errors, and also be grateful that we are still the ones able to notice them.